We live. We live.
Yeah, man, we live, everybody. We got my dog B Ham sitting right here controlling everything because it is what it is. I'm not in Florida right now. I would say for the first time, well, one of the first times in life, I'm happy that I'm not in Florida because the Bucs didn't give me anything to work with, and we're gonna just go ahead and say that they suck ASS right now. The offense trash. Me and Brandon disagree when it comes to the defense. I feel like the defense is doing pretty good this year, but but you let Brandon tell it. I don't know.
No, I mean we could definitely get straight to it, and then we could talk about the game coming up on Thursday. We can get straight to it. I mean, we talked about it last week, and both of us was like, you know what, the Bucs gonna turn this around. Ain't no way they got embarrassed in Pittsburgh. There's no way they're gonna go to Charlotte and get embarrassed against the Panthers. And that was also before we knew about we knew Matt Rule had got fired, but that's before Christian McCaffrey got traded away. That's before Robbie Anderson got traded from the Panthers. So in this week, the Panthers lost two keys on offense and lost their main star player. So when we just talking about the Panthers game, that was a straight up embarrassment. That's why the title you see Bucs embarrassed against the Panthers. That was an embarrassment. I'm sorry. And listen to Todd Bowles today. I want him as a coach, as a black man to succeed, but I just can't take any more of Todd Bowles as head coach of the Buccaneers.
Well, let's go ahead and say that Todd. We might as well not even say the black man thing because Todd Bowles don't even believe in the black man thing. So we don't. We can just go ahead and push that to the side.
Yeah, it's just hard to watch this team, and it's frustrating because it's frustrating.
Brandon, we suck, bro. Let me just go ahead and get straight to it, bro. We suck so bad that I want to sell my ticket for December 5th against the Saints. We suck that bad. You know what I'm saying? We suck, bro. It's over with. Look, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna speak for my dog. What Rip said. Rip told me, if y'all don't know who Rip is, Grave Digger, Tampa Bay. Rip said, man, I'm glad I didn't make a new theme song this year. That's what Rip said. And Rip said it's gonna tell it all in November, December football. We are now looking like the NFC East right now. Remember when the NFC East, when all the teams were sorry, and it took them boys being 8-8, 8-9, or whatever the case may be, 7-9, and they all had to fight for a playoff spot. That's what it's looking like for us. The NFC South is looking like the new NFC East. And now the NFC East done flipped around, and now they doing their thing. And here we are fighting for survival at this point. You feel like Tom Brady should leave. I feel like this. I feel like the only reason why Tom should leave is to free up some space so we can spend some money to get this team back in order. He's taking up too much space and money. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be losing like this. I don't want Tom Brady. And for the first time ever in my life, I've never seen Tom Brady go through no stuff like this. You say you've seen it before. Has Tom Brady ever had a losing season like this? Because it started to look like a losing season.
Well, let me hit on that. And I kind of want to talk about the Bucs real quick before we get into it. So, I mean, when you think about Tom's last year in New England, it was rocky. They barely made the playoffs that year when Brady's last year in New England before coming to Tampa. So now, has he been in a situation where he's been on a 3-4 team and it looks like the roof is about to explode? No. But let me just talk about the game real quick. Everybody on the Bucs is disappointing. It's Tom Brady is disappointing, and I was listening to some Tampa media this morning, and I don't want to think about his personal issues, but people there were talking about it has to be affecting him. Tom Brady doesn't look the same. Leonard Fournette has disappointed.
No. We're not gonna do this with Leonard Fournette. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this, bro, and I can't talk loud because I've been going through hoarseness in my voice. I like how Leonard. The only two people that's been doing anything on offense for real, it's been Leonard Fournette and White. And I'm serious. I really truly look. Lenny can't help that the offensive line is collapsing, and he's giving us 8 yard drive, 8 yard. Within the first and fourth downs, he's really fighting for the stuff. The average running back can't even give us that many yards. He's actually doing it. Yeah, he's not giving us 100-yard games, but He's doing what he can, and you got to think about it. He done damn near bailed us out in about 2-3 games. It's just the fact that it done collapse. So I'm not gonna. I feel like the running backs, they doing their thing. We can't help the fact that this line is sorry as hell. And I'm not going to put that, because I did think about that last night. I'm not going to put this on Lenny, and I'm not going to put this on Rashad White. I really feel like those guys are doing their part. The rest of these dudes, I don't really know what's going on. And you swear Byron Leftwich should be fired. Because I asked you last night, I said, who should go? Somebody got to go first. Should it be Todd Bowles? Should it be Byron Leftwich? Should it be Tom? Who is it?
Hold on. So I'm gonna get to that. Let me before I lose my thought. So when I say Leonard Fournette regrets, he got a new contract, has not played up to it. Rashad White actually played. I was trying to pull up the stats from yesterday. Rashad White actually played better than Leonard Fournette, but the running back group is not playing.
Bro,
They're about
no,
to go down.
not running wise.
Let me finish. The running back group is about to go down for one of the worst running back averages in the history of the NFL since the 2002 Chargers, I think, were the team that had the worst run average.
Man, come on, man. Stop that cap, bro.
Let me finish. The Bucs about to pass that. They have the worst running attack in the league. And then, we talked about yesterday, Mike Evans drops the ball. That's going to happen with wide receivers. I don't have a problem with the wide receiver group, except Russell Gage has been a disappointment. Julio Jones hasn't touched the field. So that's the offense. Remember that those points. I'm going to circle back to the offensive problem because you brought it up, and I want to circle back to it. Talk about the defense, disappointing. Vita Vea has been disappointing. Devin White has been disappointing.
Oh, Lord. No, you're not,
Carlton
man.
Davis.
No, you're not going to do this.
Let me finish, dog. Let me finish. I did not interrupt you. Let me finish. And you can get your point across. The defense, the Steelers game looked terrible. The Dolphins beat the Steelers yesterday. Had no problem. It's just it's terrible. Like I don't understand it. The defense has regressed. Vita Vea, as I said, Devin White had 5 tackles yesterday. You're supposed to be the captain and the leader. Shaq Barrett has no sacks, has had 0 sacks in the past 5 games. Regressed. So when you talk about defense, and especially yesterday when we talk about a Carolina Panthers team that had everything going in the wrong direction for them. They got embarrassed by the 49ers just days before that. And you come on a defense where the Panthers were playing with their 4th string quarterback, not 3rd, 4th string quarterback. The Panthers playing without Christian McCaffrey, playing without Robbie Anderson. Their head coach had just got fired. On defensive side, the Panthers were playing without J.C. Horn, one of their top corners that they drafted. So, thank you. There's no excuse for the defense has also not been playing on their part. I had a conversation with some sports people as
Brandon,
well. Hold on, I'm about to wrap this up. The defense has also not been holding up. Are they playing better than the offense? Yes.
Brandon,
they're still not playing good. And
we held them boys to 0 up to about 3 quarters, bro.
And back to the offensive side. Yes, Byron Leftwich does not need to call another play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I know Todd Bowles came out yesterday after the game is said and reiterated again at his press conference that he's not going to make any coaching changes. But the problem is what Bowles happened when he was in New York. Todd Bowles is about to let Byron Leftwich get both of them fired. And if Todd Bowles does not make a change, it's inexcusable. It is inexcusable to put up 3 points against the Panthers, and then the week before that, you barely put up points against the Steelers. I'm done. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna say this right now, bro. When your offense is not producing, when defense is not producing, think about it. Think about how what we were dealing with when our offense was actually doing really, really good. Our defense was, our secondary was like getting slaughtered. And so, we will have to depend on the offense to bail us out. We'll have 42 and 28 point games, 42 to 28 point games, sometimes 35 to 21 type games. This year, the offense has not put up numbers. And when you think about it, I'm not going to give it to the defense like that. I'm not going to come after them because you got to think about it, man. all year long thus far, I've seen the Bucs defense hold these teams to 0 points up to about the third quarter, and then they get burnt out and tired. Next thing you know, you have games like what you saw yesterday. 21-3. Everything was good all the way until the fourth quarter. Yes, you're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to hold your job, but there's only so much the defense can do when your offense is literally marching into the red zone and not giving us 6 points. So what I'm saying is, man, I wouldn't give it to the defense like that this year. It is the offense. The offense is my problem. I can literally go to sleep like a baby, and not worry about the defense if the offense can just give them something. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's a confidence thing. It's an energy thing. The offense don't look like they're confident. So when you got that going on, that kind of weighs on the defense because they're like, dang, we don't feel hype. We sitting back on the bench, we sitting back on the sideline watching them march down the field, and we looking at each other like, dang, bro, we got to bail these boys out. So now the defense has to figure out ways to commit turnovers to get these boys out the hole. And to be honest, that's what they did last year at the beginning of the year when they played against the Cowboys and when they played, Mike Edwards, who gave us 2 defensive touchdowns and all that type of stuff. And they did it early this year against the Cowboys this year too. They were giving us turnovers. They got turnovers and they were giving us points. And earlier this year, I was saying, you know what, the Bucs defense are starting to look like the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, even though they're not, because they can't commit. Because the difference between now, this defense and back then, I feel like they're similar. It's just that they can't get the turnovers and take it to the house. They can't commit to it for a long period of time. Our old defense, we knew the offense wasn't going to show up like that. So we had to really depend on that defense. This is why I feel like the Bucs defense is the best. That 2002 with Derrick Brooks, John Lynch, Dexter Jackson, Rondé Barber, Warren Sapp, Booker McFarland, those guys, man, I really felt like that is the best defense hands down, because you cannot tell me that you've witnessed a defense bail people out more than them, maybe besides the 2001 or whatever Ravens. But besides all that, I disagree with you when it comes to the defense. I just feel like the offense is terrible, and I don't know, man. I'm not rocking. I'm not rocking. So I'm gonna just say this, man. At least we still number one in the division, and that's the only thing we got to hold on to. And all this fire Bowles and Leftwich, if anything, I say fire Bowles, because I mean he the head coach. I wouldn't give it to Leftwich. I don't think it's not Leftwich, man. I just feel like, bro, these players are dropping balls. Come on, man. You can't. Come on, man. You can't not. These guys are dropping balls. Tom Brady, hell, within the first drive, he did a misread of the coverage and throwing it to the defender's hand. Hey, man, it's making Leftwich look bad. Leftwich is actually calling some great plays, and all this whole jump that you be talking about when you say, "Oh, we run the ball first and all that." Well,
what was the first play of the game yesterday? What was the first play of the game yesterday? What was the first offensive play of the game?
I didn't see it. I didn't see the first play.
It was a run up the middle.
Okay. But when I saw the second drive, I literally tweeted and said, "So far, Brandon been right about the first run of the drive." And then I actually saw that there was all receivers on the line, and he passed it. So that is now voided.
So let me we're gonna agree to disagree on the defense stuff. I think the defense have regressed. They played amazing. It's against the Cowboys. Second game, yeah, that's why I picked the Bucs.
You talking about somebody who don't held a team with 0, nigga?
Sir, I'll let you talk, but go ahead. I want to interrupt you.
No. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So I was saying the Bucs defense played well at the beginning of the season. That's why they're my defense on the fantasy league. And I was like, yeah, this defense. We talked about it. I was like, the defense showed up. I had no complaints first couple weeks, but they've definitely regressed. I mean, they've regressed. Not as bad as the offense, though. I mean, Tom Brady, I don't know what's wrong with it. I want to run down this real quick. So this is the Bucs And when you talk about not giving Leftwich a pass, no. So these Bucs had 10 possessions yesterday. The Bucs offense, the whole game. First possession punt, second possession punt, third possession punt, fourth possession punt. The fifth possession ran into halftime. Sixth possession punt, seventh possession a turnover, eighth possession a punt, ninth possession field goal, 10th possession a turnover. That's inexcusable to put up 3 points against the Carolina Panthers. I can see if it was you were playing even the Eagles and the Giants are 6-1, for the Giants and the Eagles are still undefeated. If you were playing them, okay, 3 points. Like it's inexcusable, and to keep giving Leftwich a pass is ridiculous. The Bucs were on 3rd and 1, and I meant to keep that play so we could show it. The Bucs had a 3rd and 1 on the 25-yard line.
I saw it, and it was ridiculous.
I knew what they were going to call. It was the same, and then they on 4th down. And that's why the problem I have with Byron Leftwich is that as a fan, if I know you're going to do a toss sweep because you did the toss sweep last game on 4th down, do you not think the Panthers who studied film knew your 4th down play was going to be a toss sweep because you did it against Pittsburgh and it worked? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is no creativity or trying to mix things up when it comes to Leftwich. And I do think part of that in previous years was a Brady combo, Bruce Arians. And I just don't think mentally Brady is there. You even watch Brady's press conferences. It's mundane. It's not as energetic as they were in previous years. Like, it's just like something is off about this team and the offense. When you and I said this to you yesterday, and it's probably true.
Isn't on the field. I like what.
Yeah, but still, the coaches call the plays, and those plays are elementary. And I said it last week. A little league team probably calls better plays than what the Bucs are calling right now. And I sent this to you. I think it was an ESPN reporter. The Bucs probably have the most talented team on paper and the most underachieving. When a team is not achieving, that falls back on coaching. And Todd Bowles yesterday in his press conference said, "Oh, they're not prepared." He said it when they lost against the Steelers. We're not prepared. Who prepares the team? That is coaching. So if your team is not prepared to play two of the worst teams in the NFL, bro, what are we doing?
Free Bruce. I got one. Free Bruce Arians. That's all I got to say. Hey, you think Bruce will come back and coach us?
No, he would never do it because think of how he left. He got on that podium and said, "I wanted to leave the team in great hands, and Todd Bowles is that person who can keep us going." So he can't go back on his word because he said Todd Bowles is going to keep us moving. So for him to come back, it would say, okay, you know what? I made a mistake, and it ain't Todd Bowles. And remember, before that, he also was pissed that Byron Leftwich didn't get a head coaching opportunity. So if he comes back, it says, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about them too. And he's not the kind of person that's going to do that.
What do you think, Bruce Arians? Because you know Bruce is having Todd is talking to Bruce talking to Leftwich. What do you think Bruce is saying right now?
Well, the thing is, I truly think, and this may be the first time in Bucs history that a coach is under fire in their first season, but I honestly think Byron and Todd Bowles are on the hot seat. And we're lucky we're in the NFC South, but this is how terrible the NFC South is. The Panthers are only one game behind first place. So if the Panthers win on Sunday, because they play the Falcons, they could very well be in first place if the Bucs lose on Sunday. That's how terrible the division is. And so you got to think, if you're Arians, and more Jason Light, because his offseason signings have not worked out. The draft class has not worked out. So you got to think Jason Light is looking in the mirror like, damn, I really let Ndamukong Suh leave, JPP leave. We let one of our offensive linemen go to Cincinnati because we thought we could bring in other linemen that would be better. None of that has panned out. The offensive line is atrocious. Granted, our starting center is hurt, but still, that's one player. So you got to think Bruce is sitting there like, you know what? One, he probably like, damn, I'm glad I got out when I could because I don't have to coach this garbage. But I do think Todd Bowles is on the hot seat. And it sucks because
if he don't get it right this year, he's never going to be a head coach ever again.
No, again, the analogy I used yesterday, Todd Bowles got a Ferrari handed to him, and now he's driving it like a Saturn that's been sitting in the yard for 10 years. Like he had a Ferrari. Like, bro, like you had a team that had everything on paper. So I honestly think, Todd Bowles, if the Bucs, so let me say this because we can talk about Thursday game because I'm about to say factors into Thursday. Lamar Jackson is my starting, well, between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, they are my quarterbacks, my fantasy league.
That's our next quarterback, by the way. I'm gonna keep on saying that. Lamar Jackson gonna be our next quarterback. I keep saying it. You gotta put it out there in the air.
Lamar Jackson will be my starting quarterback this week because the Baltimore Ravens are about to run all over this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. We are
I disagree.
We are bad. We are a bad team. And from today, Antoine Winfield is in concussion protocol, so he's not playing on Thursday. So there's nobody on the defense. As I said, Devin White has regressed. Vita Vea has done nothing. Our run defense, that Vita Vea was supposed to be the piece that was going to stop the run, has done nothing. The Carolina Panthers, again, without Christian McCaffrey, put up almost 200 yards on the ground. That is sad to think that a team.
Wait, they almost put up 200 yards
total. Yes, on the ground.
What?
I'm about to give
Are you for real?
I'm about to give you the stats of.
Oh no, you're not. No, you for real? No, they didn't.
Hold on, yeah.
Nah,
let me pull up the stats yesterday.
You're lying. You're lying, buddy. You're lying, buddy. That's not true. Talking about Lamar Jackson going to the Saints. You're right. Lamar Jackson not going to no damn Saints.
Yeah, so the Panthers had 173 yards rushing yesterday. They averaged 6.4 yards per rush. It was the most rushing yards they've ever had in a game since week 8 of 2021.
Oh, my God. Wow.
But the defense.
I mean, them boys just wanted it more. They practice hard. We still going to Super Bowl. We're going to Super Bowl, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with McDonald's, but yeah, Todd Bowles and Leftwich, they have to go. Like it's just you don't see changes if you cannot make adjustments against a 1-5 team. That tells you if you're outcoached by a team who doesn't have a head coach, they have an interim coach, and a team that's playing with their 4th-string quarterback. If you're outcoached by that, you don't deserve to be coaching this team. Like it baffles me how the Bucs are so bad, and maybe we all overestimated the Bucs. Maybe we all thought they were good, and this is just the reality. The Bucs are not a good team, and clearly their record shows they are not a good team. At 3-4, they are not a good team. The Steelers game we should have won. We should have won on Sunday. Like those are 2 games that we should have won, and they're not a good team. And it doesn't look like. There we go. That's a good analogy from my dog here. The Bucs are playing like the Lakers, all talent, no direction, and that goes on coaching. The Lakers, got all the talent.
Like in the world. I said, this is what I was saying. This is why I say free Bruce Arians, man, because we obviously not gonna get him back. He left on a high note, and like I say, man, I never knew how much I remember that feeling. It was that every Sunday feeling. It was them locker room talks right after the game when we would win. And his speeches, he didn't say much, but I felt like I was in a locker room, being hypnotized by his leadership. And I don't feel that with Todd Bowles. I don't even like the way he sounds. I'm not trying to attack his personal character or how he, move, but he doesn't sound convincing to me. Did you see the video of Trevor? What's the Jacksonville quarterback? Trevor Lawrence. Did you see that video of Trevor Lawrence on the first game of the year when they went through the tunnel? When they went to the tunnel, and he said, "Okay, you guys, let's go out there and show them what we're all about, and let's do this." Did you see that? And then I'm like, bro, I don't feel like, bro, you can't. That was the worst prep of any player could ever try to do among a team. I didn't feel no type of leadership. That's what I feel from Todd Bowles. He doesn't sound convincing, and at this point, I wonder what the players feel about him. I mean, do you think they respect him the same, or they're losing respect for him? I mean, what are the players thinking about Todd Bowles right now? Because now I feel like when you got players like the Devin Whites of the world, Levante David, you got Tom Brady, who's never really been through this in his career, and they were on this 2-year high. Now it's like, I mean, are they slowly turning on? And then you also said that they had a players union. You know what? I mean, what did they discuss? I mean, how to lose some more games.
That's exactly. But my thing is, as a player, how would you feel if you're the laughing stock of the league now 2 weeks in a row?
You say what?
As a player, how would you feel if you're the laughing stock of the league now 2 weeks in a row?
Didn't the Bucs lose 4 of the last 5 games?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm all right, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not used to Tampa Bay winning. So when they was winning, I expected them to win, but L never surprised me because we don't experience so many years of losing. It doesn't surprise me. The Bucs been losing for so long, my entire life, that I didn't even notice that they lost the last 4 to 5 games. I didn't even notice. I didn't notice. I had no clue that they lost. That's how that's how purebred I am when it comes to the Bucs and they losing streak. But this is bad, man. We still going to Super Bowl. I'm gonna throw it out there. Well, I'm gonna just say that we going to the wild card at least. And I would hate. What do you think December 5th is gonna look like against the Saints? Because now, would you rather watch? Is it gonna be more exciting for us to fight for just a playoff spot, or would it have been exciting if we were winning and the Saints? Which one is more exciting?
I mean, I think that Saints game is probably going to be the game for the division because I don't think the Bucs are going to win. Hell, we may lose the next 3 games, honestly. Play the Ravens on Thursday.
We got to play the Bills. We got to play who? We got to.
No. The next 3 games are the Ravens, Rams, and Seahawks.
Oh my God.
The Ravens, we're not winning on Thursday. The
Rams, Brandon, we're winning on Thursday.
Okay, that's
Brandon, we gonna win. Brandon, we gonna win. We gonna win. 31-24.
If we couldn't stop Kenny Pickett
and Julio coming back.
Hold on, let me ask you. So if we couldn't stop Kenny Pickett and a travel quarterback,
hold on now.
Hold on.
Pickett is not a sorry player. Pickett is not a sorry player.
He looked terrible yesterday against the Dolphins. He looked terrible yesterday against the Dolphins.
Pickett is a Pro Bowl talent. Don't you try that man like that.
Did you watch the Steelers and Dolphins game yesterday? Because he looked bad.
I didn't watch it because I'm too busy worried about the Bucs.
I'm saying he threw interceptions yesterday. So that's
you talking about you talking about the quarterback. Steelers, I had a misconstrued with the what's the wide receiver from the Steelers who caught that pass?
Chase Claypool.
Who?
Chase Claypool?
No. He caught a pass almost like Odell on the Steelers. What's his name?
Their top receiver right now is Chase Claypool.
It was another guy. Damn, man. It's some wide receiver on the Trey. If Trey was here, he'll be able to tell us. But you're right. You're right. You're right. I made a mistake.
Oh yeah. So if the Bucs couldn't beat a Kenny Pickett, a rookie, and Mitch Trubisky in Pittsburgh, and they couldn't beat a 4th-string quarterback yesterday, do you really think they're gonna beat Lamar Jackson, who can beat them on the ground and can throw it? Nah, bro, we couldn't beat 2. If we couldn't beat a rookie and a 4th-string quarterback, you think we gonna stop Lamar Jackson, who can beat you on the ground and who can also sling it? It ain't happening. So, and then we may can beat the Rams because the Rams are also disappointing. But then after that, you play the Seahawks. The Seahawks just won yesterday. They're 4-3 now. Now DK Metcalf may be out for a little minute for them, but the Seahawks are playing okay without Russell Wilson. They're 4-3 now. So these next 3 games for the Bucs, this season could turn into a dump fire real quick, and that's why I think my dog posted here. Should they wait to the bye week to decide what they're going to do by the coaching change? I think that may be because
coaching change. Ain't no coaching change gonna happen.
Talking about Byron Leftwich. I do
talking
think
about? That's not gonna happen.
I do think it is going to happen because
what are you talking about? Fire Byron Leftwich in the middle of the season?
Yeah,
you're
offensive
lying.
coordinator.
Stop it.
It happens.
Byron Leftwich, he's still all right. Do you not think he's gonna be a head coach somewhere?
Not after his showing this year. No, there was a reason why he didn't get it last year, and after the Super Bowl win, it just shows now. No, I think
he should have took on Jacksonville because Jacksonville doing okay, ain't it?
Nah, they're not doing that well either.
Didn't they win yesterday?
No, let me double check what I'm saying.
Jacksonville, hey man, I'm gonna just say this, man. Free the Lions. And
no,
somebody came in. Somebody came, huh?
They lost to the Giants. The Jaguars are 2-5.
That's acceptable. I'm gonna just say this, man. Free the Lions, man. I always rooted for the Lions after the Bucs left the NFC. North? Was it North? We was in the North, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly remember. That was years ago.
Yeah, I think we was in the North, but free the Lions, man, because them boys actually be doing good. Them boys actually do compete. It's just I don't understand, man. They're gonna have to move that franchise out of the city of Detroit in order to. I think they got voodoo casted upon them because it's just ridiculous how the Lions be losing, man. It don't make no damn sense. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, I do think that a change will happen next week because I don't see the Bucs beating the Ravens on Thursday, and I think that pressure mounts because just like I read in the another story. Bucs down in Tampa, reading some of this. I like to see what the Tampa media is talking about, and nobody has faith that Byron's going to turn this around, and I don't have faith that Byron's going to turn this around either. So, exactly, Corey, don't worry, you're not going to have to wrestle a gorilla because the Bucs are not winning on Thursday.
Wow, really, really though. Bro, are you for real, bro?
I don't see it happening.
If we beat the Ravens on Thursday, I'll go wrestle a gorilla. Wow. that is like the ultimate disrespect ever.
I don't see it happening.
Well, you better get ready. Hey, the last 2 weeks. Boy, hey, I'm gonna tell you what, Corey. You better go ahead and get ready to put your shoulder pads on. Nigga, you gonna wrestle that gorilla. We gonna contain Lamar. I'm gonna just say that Lamar finna get about 79 yards. He ain't gonna break 100, and that's about it, you know. But no, to be honest, I think them boys finna be hyped. People like Devin White, but we never. And that's to be honest, this is the matchup I've been waiting for years. How long Lamar been in the league? 4 years.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, bro. I'm telling you, I've been looking for this. I've been waiting for this matchup forever. I've always wanted to see what the Bucs. You got to think this is the first time the Bucs are playing against a player like this since Michael Vick. And Michael Vick said it out of his mouth. He said the hardest team he ever had to go against was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Michael Vick has never had a field day with us. Ever. He never had a field day with us. So now I'm curious to see. This is how we're going to see what defense we got. And Deshaun Jackson will be playing on Thursday. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. So I'm curious to see what we made of. We got linebackers that's just as fast as Lamar. I mean, the whole JPP thing, I feel like matter of fact, is JPP even playing?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he done for. Okay. Is Ndamukong Suh playing?
No, both of them are not on any team.
Now, let me tell you something. We needed Ndamukong Suh more than we needed JPP. I feel like JPP could have literally been a coach like Richard Sherman. Yeah. I'm crazy. Richard Sherman, and we just needed. We don't have that. We don't have that voice on defense no more. Devin White is not enough. He could be enough in the future as he get older. But we had that JPP energy, like y'all boys, what we gonna do? Like he was literally the mouth of the defense. But then when you look at Ndamukong Suh was the strength of the defensive line. People gave Vita Vea way too much credit, and I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? They gave him way too much credit. It was really Ndamukong Suh because when you got Ndamukong Suh right next to Vita Vea, what happens is, it leaves room for destruction. When you take Ndamukong Suh off that line and you leave Vita by himself, and expect for him to stand on his name, it's not going to be enough to make an impact. And this is why the line has collapsed. Vita can't hold his jump down by himself, and it's showing. We needed people like Ndamukong Suh. He had that attitude. He had that fire. We needed people like JPP. Even though I don't think that I felt like he was getting burnt out and he didn't really give us much. But he could have easily been on the sideline and still prep them boys up and still go do his thing. I don't even know what's up with Joe Tryon. Like Joe Tryon, he's an explosive type of talent, but I ain't seeing much either. How you feel about Joe Tryon? Like he's explosive talent, but I'm not seeing much.
Disappointing.
So when you bring up people, when you bring up people like Vita Vea is only as come on, man. You got to think he could automatically command 2 offensive linemen. So when you ain't got Ndamukong Suh in the middle to disrupt them boys and bring that attitude, to bring that fire. Matter of fact, Vita is basically a target. He's the only person who they worried about on that line. They ain't worried about no damn Hicks. And even though he didn't play, they ain't worried about no damn Golson. They're not even worried about damn near Tryon. They're not worried about him. It's Vita against everybody right now. So when you go at Vita, look, let's not forget that you were the first person to ish on Vita Vea, and I've been telling you about this man. You were ishing on this man, and we could bring back the tapes because I got it. I got the receipt. All them years, you did it for 2 years straight or whatever. You did it for like a year and a half. Vita Vea did. Vita ain't doing that. Vita ain't doing it. Next thing you know, we won the Super Bowl, and he the most talked about defensive lineman in the league. And then you had to double down and you stopped talking about the guy because you had to just basically shut up. Now here you go attacking the man again. Vita needs some help as well. So let's not do this, man. Vita had a goddamn Warren Sapp next to him, or just one of the Eagles defensive linemen next to him. It'll be a whole nother story. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you are wrong. You are wrong. I think we're gonna go out there and really compete on Thursday. Now I'm gonna really tell you this: if we lose on Thursday for real, the season is over. It's over, bro. There's no coming back. This is our last shot. There is no other shot past this. I don't give a F how many games we win past. If we lose on Thursday, I don't care how many games we win after that. The season is over, and I'm gonna keep saying it every doggone time we get on this thing. We just gotta just be Buccaneers fans and just show up and show out and give our opinions.
I'm gonna say this and then shut up real quick. I just want to make sure we are correct on what we said. Jay Will actually brought it up. I didn't realize this, so our bad. JPP actually signed with the Ravens end of last month. Signed a 1-year deal.
Wow.
So he's actually on the Ravens. So he's been them for like 3 weeks now. So that was an update on that. My thing is, I and JB, you can read this on your off, but it ain't just me talking about Vita Vea. I just sent you a story of how the most disappointing Bucs players, Vita Vea is the first person they talk about. So when you get a chance,
where you send it to me at?
On your phone.
So well, I can't click it right now.
Yeah, once we get off this, and it actually is a very.
Oh, I see it. Oh, wow, I see it right here on my computer.
So my thing is real quick, and I got this BAA thing up because I want to touch on what he wrote. Leftwich is too predictable on offense. Same old plays being called. I called a few of them plays he called yesterday, and again, that is my whole thing about why the Bucs have to make a change. If I am sitting home calling these plays, if you sitting home calling these plays, a professional NFL team knows what the plays the Bucs are going to run. So it does not help when you have a battered offensive line. As the offensive coordinator, you have to call plays to match the strength of your team. If you know your offensive line on the left side with, I'm about to say his name wrong, but Luke Gorchek, if you know he is struggling, why are you trying to run behind him when you know on the right you got Tristan Wirfs? If you know your line can't pass block, why are you calling plays that automatically puts your offensive line at a disadvantage when they're already beat? And that's what I'm saying. As the offensive coordinator, you have to simplify the game plan and make adjustments for your receiving core. And Byron Leftwich is not doing it. He's not doing it. And you said the season's over on Thursday if they lose. I don't think the season's over because we're in the worst division in the league right now.
What I mean by that is I have absolutely no hope that we're going to have a successful season after that. I'm talking about it's going to. You already don't think we're going to win the Super Bowl, but
Oh
that'll
no,
be the
we're not.
official day. That'll be the official day. I say, you know what, L City.
I mean, I think what can save the season, because one, I just don't see us winning on Thursday. How they played the past 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, going back to the Kansas City game, we're not winning on Thursday. If the Bucs get Byron Leftwich out of that offense, then they can save the season. But if this coaching staff and how the calls are stays the same, this season is done. Yes, but if they after Thursday use this long week, because they're going to have extra days because they played on Thursday. If they use this to make coaching changes, even if Byron stays and just take the play calling duties out of his hand, then they could save the season, because we are in the worst division. At 3-4, we're still in first place. So there is room as long as the Bucs win and win in the division. That's why yesterday's game was so important, because you got to keep that lead in the division going. So if the Bucs lose Sunday and if the Panthers beat the Falcons, guess who's in first place now? The Carolina Panthers, which is tragic because they wrote everybody in Charlotte here in Charlotte has been wrote the Panthers off. And now some odd reason, because the Bucs ain't taking care of business, the Panthers, who fired their coach, brought in Baker Mayfield, who ain't worked out. Sam Darnold was put on IR, traded Christian McCaffrey, traded Robbie Anderson. The Panthers now have a chance to sneak and get the wild card and win the division. That's embarrassing. So the Bucs have to make a change in order to do that, because I mean the Saints are falling, the Falcons are, they're unpredictable right now. The Bucs got to win this division, and in order to do that, I love Byron Leftwich. I appreciate him, and coaching through that Super Bowl year, we won just like with Tom Brady. I appreciate you for bringing the Super Bowl to Tampa, but 2 years later, bro, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's for both of them, actually. I love Brady. Maybe he can stay around and be a consultant, quarterback consultant, since he loves the game so much. Maybe he, stay around, be on the coaching staff, coach, mentor, whatever, senior, and whatever they want to call it. But as far as the field, the game has lost him. Like he doesn't step up in the pocket anymore. You don't see him move to try to get an extra second. He literally falls and takes the sack. Like there was no scare. And I was talking to one of my coworkers yesterday or the other day, and I was just saying, when you play the Bucs on offense, collapse the pocket, Brady's down. There is no scare, like versus other teams like a Lamar Jackson. You collapse the pocket, my dog can move on you. So you got a game plan for that. For the Bucs, because of Tom Brady and his age now, you don't have to game plan for anything else except beat the O-line, which the Bucs have a terrible O-line right now, and the game is going to go down. And again, that goes back on coaching for Byron.
Well, let's say to you, and it's about time to wrap it up. Did we not predict somewhat, I say before Tom Brady came, when we hired all these offensive linemen and all these people to help Tom and everything, did we not say out our mouths that we got a good 2-3 years to make this thing work, and then it's gonna collapse?
I didn't think the collapse would be like this, though.
What are you talking about, bro? It has a collapse, bro. How do you begin to become a bad team? You just lose. So what way are you looking at? Like, I don't understand.
But I didn't see us losing to a 1-5 team and a 2-4. Like the losses, I'm okay with losing to Kansas City. I'm okay with losing to Green Bay, but to lose to the Steelers and the Panthers,
Come on, man. Lost, the Steelers is not that bad, man.
They just lost again yesterday. Again.
You said to Miami, though. They lost.
Yeah, we got to stop. We got to stop making.
They lost, bro. You better stop playing with them Steelers.
Go look at the stats for the Steelers this year and the teams that they lost to, and the teams.
Man, look, them Steelers aren't punks,
sir. No team is a punk if you're a professional athlete.
Yes, they are.
What?
Yes, they are. I can name you a team that's a punk. The Browns.
Do you want to know what the Browns record? Because that's going to contradict you when you talk about the Steelers.
Wait, maybe I'm missing somebody. What their record is?
So the Browns actually should have beat the Ravens yesterday. They lost 23-20.
So
hold on, I'm about to tell you the Browns record. That's more competitive than what the Steelers would have gotten. But yeah, long story short, again, like, it's just inexcusable. Why I can't see the record? But yeah, I just, the way the Bucs have lost, I just wouldn't have predicted losing to these. Like, if we would have lost to the Cowboys, cool. You know.
Nah, you wouldn't have been okay with that.
No, but what I'm saying is that if we would have lost to the Cowboys, the Cowboys are a good team. Clearly, they got a better record than us. What I'm saying is the losses. So the Browns and Steelers have the same record. So, and actually, the Browns got.
Hey, man, let's go ahead and bring back Jameis Winston. Let's call it today. Call it tonight, man. We get rid of Tom. We either bring back Jameis or let's get Lamar Jackson.
And I mean, with James, we probably would have put up more than 3 points, but the defense still would have had, you know, I mean, he would have some picks.
But look, hey, and I'll tell you this. At least with Jameis, we never had games where we didn't put no points on the board. Huh? You ready for that one? You wasn't ready for that one. At least with Jameis, yeah, you know that's true. At least with Jameis, we put some points on the board, and we never had scoreless games. We were going to put some points on that board. We just didn't know if that man was going to throw some interception. And then also, what?
I'm about to say, side note, you know, ESPN is on my TV. I looked up and they're talking about the Bucs and the trade deadline. So we'll see.
Okay, ain't this week 6?
Yeah, the trade down is November 1st.
Well, Nick, we're not getting rid of nobody. We talking about trade. We're not getting rid of nobody. That's it. We got who we got. Work with it.
That's not. I don't. Something has to shake again. You talk about
what
that.
Are you looking for? Who in the hell?
Let me finish. And I'm not even talking about a trade. If we don't trade, we don't trade. I'm saying something has to shake. Whether that's coaching adjustments, whether that's Leftwich gone, whether that's and like something has to shake because that window for the Bucs is closing. It is almost closed. Tom Brady. Hold on.
We talked about this.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I want to yell at you right now, but
let me finish. If you want to talk, and I'll let you finish, and
I'm done.
Okay. The window, as we all know, you talked about it. We knew it was a 2-3 year window. That window now is here. So to maximize it, and hopefully Brady does retire after the end of this year. This season, you got to figure out how to make this season work. And to figure out how that season's going to work, obviously, as the stat just popped up on ESPN, the Bucs are averaging 17 points this year on offense, 25th overall in the league. The talent that is on paper for the Bucs offense, and you're 25th in the league scoring, that is not acceptable. So you got to figure out a way to turn this around at 3-4, because 3-4, you still can turn the season around and get a good seed. Not only winning the division, you can still turn it around, but that turnaround has to start now. So that's what I'm saying. And yeah, we've talked for a while today. I just think that turnaround needs to start. And I'm going to say this. I think Byron Leftwich needs to go. And that'll be the start for me. Go Bucs. I don't think it's going to be a great day in Tampa on Thursday. Hopefully they shock me. But I don't see the Bucs beating the Ravens. And I think they go into next week with a new person calling plays. At least that's my hope, that a new person's calling plays next week.
Okay. Bucs fans, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to read this thing that Brandon sent me. A few months back, it looked like the Buccaneers defender Vita Vea was going to work his way into an all-pro team in 2022. Those hopes are almost assuredly dashed at this point. And the even larger question right now is how this is even happening in the first place. For lack of a better way of putting it, Vea has been shockingly bad for the Buccaneers through the tough start to the season. Some fans may try to argue and use 2.5 sacks and the likelihood that Vita would set his own personal record for sacks in the season as the way to show that the play has an own personal record. Oh shit, hasn't been that bad. But sacks never tell the whole story, and stats as a whole without context don't lend themselves well to arguments like this. Villa is doing very little to put pressure on the quarterback or generate hurries. He is getting blown off the line of scrimmage like the rest of the defensive line. Dang, they had to throw that one in there against the run. And Todd Bowles is still dropping Villa into the shadow coverage in on one of the stranger developments on defense. This is not the player or the level of play that we have come to expect over the past few years. This is also not the same player that just earned a major extension with the Bucs. Okay, I'll give him that one. Given what we have seen so far, Villa isn't the only player to harp on, but his ceiling is so high that play like this just comes across as uncharacteristic. Hopefully, the heart of Tampa's defense Hopefully, the heart of Tampa defense can find a way back to its prior form sooner rather than later and get this team back on track for a successful end of the season. They went hard on this dude. I don't even know if that was acceptable. I think it was only acceptable just due to the amount of money he got in that extension. I don't know how I feel about that one. They going hard on this dude. The heart of the defense? Stop the cap. He the heart of the defense, Brandon.
I think they probably said that simply because JPP is going and Ndamukong Suh is going, and that D line.
The heart, though, Brandon.
Hold on, I'm saying, hold on. So
Brandon, the heart.
The D line in previous years probably was the heart because you know the Bucs run defense. Nobody ran against the Bucs, so that's kind of probably why. But I don't think he's the heart. No, I don't think the Bucs have any heart on offense or defense. So I don't.
Whoa. If we lose Devin White, we ain't got no heart.
Oh, Devin White.
If we lose Devontae David, we ain't got no heart on defense.
Devin White has been all talk, and I say I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna leave this.
Right. Stop it. Let's look at Devin. Hold on. Before we get off, let's look at Devin White's stats. Hold on, because I'm not gonna do this with you.
Oh, yesterday he was terrible. I said I was gonna not say anything, but I'm gonna leave you with the words from the great Buccaneer legend Rondé Barber, because he was also pissed yesterday. And
Devin White had five tackles, bro.
Thank you, Ronnie. He's all talk. I ain't the only one. Devin White has been all talk this year.
Bro, the man done had 53 tackles this year already.
That is not good.
53, bro. He on his way to 100. He halfway through. Any linebacker that can get you, come on, bro. 2019, 91 tackles. 2020, 140. 2021, 128. He's at 53 right now.
In those years, that's why we thought Devin White was going to be a wrecking this year, and he is also disappointed.
You are crazy as hell. So you trying to say Devin don't deserve his money?
This year, no.
You crazy as hell.
This year, no.
Oh man,
I'm not the only person.
I'm not. Man, I don't care what Ronnie said.
But I'm saying, but I'm not the only person.
I'm not. You the type person. See this. You the type person. Anybody that agree with you, you just run with it like it's Bible.
I'm not. But I'm saying I'm not the only.
Tell me Devin White don't deserve his money? You are full of ish. You are crazy. Something's wrong with you. You really are. You've been taking medicine? Is you okay? Are you for real? You better stop the cap and stop acting like this defense ain't been stopping teams up to the first 3 quarters when it had 0 or 3 or 6 points, making these boys kick field goals and then collapse towards the end. Stop the cap. It's the offense. I'm not gonna harp on the defense. You are tripping right now. Bro.
I mean, when you're done, I just want to make my.
I'm done. Bucs, I'm done. Bucs, I'm done. I'm gonna let Brandon go ahead and end it. He gonna bring me. Hey, take my video off. Take my video off. You gonna finish what you're saying, and then when it's time for me to bring my song, you let me on. Take me off the screen.
So you can't sit here while I stayed in late and watched you give your point.
I'm listening. I just want you to have your solo shot.
No, because it's gonna be quick. As Ronnie said, again, Devin White, the beginning of the season, the defense played immaculate. He got, the NFC defensive player of the month to start the season. Devin White was playing well at the beginning of the season, but like the whole team, they've all regressed this month. And that's all I said. This month, Devin White has been all talk. No game changer. And when you think about the Bucs linebackers, from a Hardy Nickerson to Devin Brooks, or not
Oh,
Devin,
you
Derek
brought up Hardy
Brooks,
Nickerson. Ooh, he went the Hardy
to,
Nickerson route.
to Derek Brooks, to even a Shelton Quarles. Like, the linebacker spot are game changers. When you need a turnover, those people showed up. And
But we
that's
in
why
the passing lead now, Brandon.
and hold on, and that's why I'm saying it. Even when you watch the Panthers game yesterday, how the Panthers scored was ridiculous. On 2 of those runs, Devin White whiffed and was not in position. They ran up the gut, which is where Devin White should have been. That's what I'm saying is that, yeah, Devin White played well at the beginning of the season, but and go back and watch the Panthers highlights from yesterday. 2 of the scores, Devin White should have been in position in, but he was out of position. That's all I'm saying is that I'm not making excuses for none of these players, because on both sides, they're playing terrible, and it's just I don't know what changes, but yeah, we're going to agree to disagree on this defense, because I think they started out good, yes, but they are not playing good at it either, because they just ain't.
All right, bro.
What's the score for Thursday?
31-24.
Bucs winning?
Yep. Lamar Jackson, 79 yards.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think the Bucs lose 35-10 on Thursday. I don't think the offense turns around. And again, hopefully I am wrong, but I see the Bucs getting blown out on Thursday. I hope I'm wrong, and I will gladly come back here next week and say I was wrong.
By the way.
Did I say blown out?
You said blowed.
Blowed, blown, blowed.
You should know better, newscaster.
Blowed, blown, blowed out. That's how I talk. Blowed out. Yeah, I don't see the Bucs winning this game again. Maybe I'm putting the vibe out there so we win. I hope we win, but it's hard to believe in these boys, and you want to.
If we win on Thursday, I'm gonna play the Gravedigger song. I ain't played it all year. I ain't played it all year. If we win, I'm the Gravedigger. Hey.
They ain't been digging no graves, so that's why you ain't played it.
No, we have not been digging no graves this year at all. We are not grave diggers this year at all. I don't know what's going on. But hey, y'all, you done?
I'm good. Go Bucs. New coach.
Hey, if I had to pick, y'all, out of the changes, I think Byron do gotta go. If I had to pick my changes, obviously I feel like it should be Todd Bowles, but obviously we're not gonna replace a head coach, because that's gonna shut the whole dang locker room down.
Now the only way Todd Bowles get replaced if the Bucs don't win. Like if the Bucs go 3 and what do we have now? 17 games on the season.
If we go 3-7, he gone.
No, I mean I think it will be the end of the season for Todd Bowles. If the Bucs go 3 and 17 or 3 and 14.
Of course, it's over.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way he gets out. But otherwise, I think Todd Bowles is safe. If the Bucs miss the playoffs, that may be another
Todd Bowles shame. He gone.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. So, all right, y'all.
Go and sing it. Go and sing the song, because I have no enthusiasm for the Bucs today. Go ahead.
Should I even sing it? It just sounds crazy when I put offense rough. Our defense tough. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Ain't no other team stopping us. Go Bucs. This is the first time I'm singing it. It sounds crazy. Go Bucs. In the Raymond James, we do our thing. Even though we lost more games at home this year. Every time we score, them cannons bang. If you want to see a game, go Bucs. Go Bucs. The only thing I believe is this next line here. I'm a Tampa Bay fan, and I'm going to stay with them. Next time, this is what I'm going to do next time. When we start losing games like this, I'm going to skip all that crap. And be like, I'm a Tampa Bay fan, and I'm going to stay with them. That's all I got to say. But that was painful. That for the first time ever, that was painful. That was painful. That was my mama just texted me and said, I text my mom and I said, Bucs starting to be sorry again. We lost 4 of the last 5 games. My mama said, LOL. So you switching teams? She put a smiley face. And then she said, yeah, the coach will be fired next.
Even your mama knows.
And she don't even watch football. My mama don't even watch football, bro. Oh, can't make the junk up, y'all. Hey, Bucs World. Peace, man. Brandon, he on his medicine. He didn't take his meds, so hey, don't let him fool
No,
y'all.
I truly hope I am wrong, and I truly want the Bucs to win on Thursday. I truly want them to win on Thursday. I just don't see it happening. I just don't. I hope I'm wrong.
All right, it's over with, y'all.
All
Bucs
right.
World, we out, man.
See y'all next week.
941-813. No, 941.